you're gonna hit her up for a month, right? You're gonna like work your angles, you're gonna be so into her, like, yes, like love, like this energy, like we've got something going, she's gonna be into it, but she's taking her time, she's like really trying to, you know, tread lightly because she's a respectful woman and she wants to make sure it's worth it for her to even meet up with you, right?
Bullcrap. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor The Fiend back again with another response video, and on today's episode, guys, it turns out that women are not happy with men, and we are going to be taking a listen to this woman describe to us why men are ghosting women. Now, ordinarily, when you see a video like this, guys, the girl will say something like, oh, men are ghosting us because they can't handle us, or men are ghosting us because they're intimidated, or something like that. But this woman has a different perspective, which we're going to be jumping into today. But guys, before we kick off today's episode, as always, remember to subscribe to Hidan from Peace of Mind and Detective War, guys. They are members of Fiend Gang, pumping out daily content that is similar to mine for us to enjoy if you haven't pulled out all of your hair from watching my videos by this point. But without further ado, guys, let's take a listen to what this woman has to say and break it down piece by piece. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. So she's going to be talking about, again, why men are ghosting women. Let's take a listen.
Can I tell you why he ghosted you? Can I tell you? Like, guys think this isn't bait at all. But here's the thing. I used to play like a dude. I have to say I used to play like a dude. So I kind of fucking see right through this shit.
Okay, so let's pause it right there. I don't know if you guys could see the text that she put on the screen, but she says, I used to play like a dude. And the text that she put on the screen was that she used to be an F-boy. Okay, so this is someone who has a high body count, who has been through a lot of dudes, and who we can assume has manipulated men. All right? And I feel as though it's necessary to point out, guys, that this person we're watching, we have a very thick filter on top of their face, as well as, you know, just a truck ton of makeup. So we have someone here who I have no idea what age she is, but she has been through plenty of dudes, and she's going to tell us how she thinks men act based off of what she has done through her life. And this is always the problem you see with these videos, guys, is a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women will assume that men act a certain way, or they think a certain way, or they're attracted towards certain things because that's what the women themselves are attracted to, or that's what they do, when it's not true at all. But let's continue.
You're gonna hit her up for a month, right? You're gonna like work your angles, you're gonna be so into her, like, yes, like love, like this energy, like we've got something going, she's gonna be into it, but she's taking her time, she's like really trying to, you know, tread lightly because she's a respectful woman and she wants to make sure it's worth it for her to even meet up with you, right?
Bullcrap. Okay, guys, this is where I have to stop the video, okay? Because I'm sick of hearing this. This is something that men will listen to, and particularly young men, or just men in general. They'll hear this and they'll go, oh yeah, it makes sense. But if you think about it for 2 seconds, it really doesn't. So this woman is trying to tell us that women will wait a month. They will talk to you for a month just to make sure that it's safe to meet up with you. And I'm going to pull down the text so that you guys can see this. What she's put at the top of her video here, okay? She says, when you move slower than he dips because his intentions are different than yours. No. See, what's happening is the woman is using the man for that month for free attention and free validation on social media. And men have started to realize that if a girl is down, she's not going to need a month to figure out whether or not she wants to have coffee with you. Now, guys, this is not the 1950s anymore, okay? I can no longer sit here and buy the crap of like, oh, well, this woman's just waiting patiently and taking her time because she's a sweet soul and she hasn't been with any dudes and she's just trying to set healthy boundaries and stuff like that. Okay, sure. But this is the year 2022. Most of these girls, not all, but most of them, have met up with a guy because they're attracted to him well within a month and been in that dude's bedroom. So why are men expected to buy this crap of like, oh, yeah, I'm going to talk to her for a month to figure out if she can get the courage to come on a coffee date with me? Guys, if a woman is into you, she will drive 3 hours in a thunderstorm to come and see you. She doesn't care if you're buying her a soft serve from McDonald's at 3 in the morning. It does not matter. The woman will find her way there, or she will make the opportunity somehow. Okay, and it's just ridiculous that men are supposed to believe this crap of like, yeah, let me just talk to a woman for a whole month, as if men don't have better things to do than to sit on their phone, sit on Instagram, sit on TikTok, whatever people are messaging each other on nowadays, WhatsApp, depending on where you live, for a whole month, man. Ridiculous. Let's keep going.
Right? And she just wants to vet you out a little bit because there's so many freaks that she's met, right?
Yeah, guys, all those terrible... We're going to play that last 10 seconds back so we can get the full 10 seconds of this. Take a listen. It's wild.
She's like really trying to, you know, tread lightly because she's a respectful woman and she wants to make sure it's worth it for her to even meet up with you, right? And she just wants to vet you out a little bit because there's so many freaks that she's met, right?
What a load of crap, man. What a load of bullshit. Okay, it's so hilarious to me that this is what is sold to men, okay? This, guys... When women say stuff like this of like, oh, the previous men have been like this, or they've all been evil and A-word, or this or that, guys, please understand that these guys who are quote-unquote a-holes, or these guys who have, you know, these terrible men that she's met up with previously, and she just wants to make sure your intentions are pure, she chose to go to those men. She chose to go to have fun with them. She chose to go over to their bedroom, you know, their bedroom within the first week of them sending a message, okay? This is not some, I'm a victim, now please just wait 2 months for me with some flowers, or a month, or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Cool, great. One day you just like RIP. RIP. You hit her up and then you go RIP. Ghost. Why? Because there's an easier pussy to fuck, and now you got to entertain that because you cannot multitask. And then what you're going to do is once you're done with that situation, which you're going to get bored of real quick, you're going to come right back to the girl that you've been working on. Because you think, might as well pick up where I left off, bitch. No, the game is over. No redos here.
So let me get this straight, okay? This woman is trying to frame it as though men are ghosting women because women have healthy standards and healthy boundaries, and they're just being respectful and wasting, you know, and using a month to find out if the man's safe. Let me translate this to you guys. Men are ghosting women because women are trying to waste men's time. Now, there are a myriad of reasons why men are ghosting women. Okay, this is only one. I can already see the comments of like, oh, well, I ghosted a woman because of this. Yeah, there's plenty of reasons. Absolutely plenty, okay? But in this specific example, men are not ghosting you because you're respectable and there's some easier... You know what? I'll actually agree with her. Yeah, the girl out there, the girl that actually wants him, she'll be easier for sure. Because she's not going to screw him around and waste his time for a month plus to see if she'll meet up with him for a coffee date. Okay, men are sick and tired of having their time wasted. They're sick and tired of having their attention wasted, their validation, their resources, all of this stuff completely wasted on people who don't appreciate it. So yeah, this is the year 2022. If you want to waste a man's time for a whole month, then yeah, he's going to stop talking to you. I know it's amazing, it's mind-blowing, but men are no longer going to be traditional for you, lay out the red carpet and try and proposition you for 6 months at a time when you are not the respectable women that you actually say that you are. Okay, and if you were, why do you have so many negative experiences with men previously? Okay, is it because you've chosen the wrong men? Why are there so many men in your past anyway? If you are such a respectable woman who takes at minimum 1 month to get to know a guy before you decide it is appropriate to date him. Now guys, let's continue on to the next clip because you already know we have a couple of these. So let me quickly find the second one here. Okay, so we have here another woman, guys, and you'll notice a theme with these videos, right, is the girls will try and position themselves as though the men are the bad guys and they are the victim, and the men are the bad guys because they're not respecting the women's boundaries. Okay, so let's take a read of this text here. She says, let me pull this up so we can all read it. She says, "This is what happened when I stood up for myself with a new guy that I'm dating." So, of course, guys, poor woman, poor victim just out here standing up for herself. Let's take a look. So let's actually go through and take a look at these photos, by the way, of the type of man that this woman has matched with, okay? So let's look at her. You know, she's getting a bit older. She's probably in her 30s or some crap, right? Now, let's take a look at the photos of the guy that she matched with, okay? Let me pause it. So we got here, him and his group of friends. I'm going to assume it's this guy in the middle or this guy right here. You know, decent looking dudes, okay? So look at this. He geeks out on, what did that say, man? Like architecture, history, and science or something like that. Come on. Architecture, history, and science. And he says, comment if you've been here. And it's like a nice view here. He's up in what looks to be quite an expensive house, I imagine. So he's got a good looking photo, him somewhere quite expensive, and then him snowboarding. Okay? So guys, these are all things which are, you know, you got to put effort into doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, this is the type of crap where women will match with a dude who's into bloody snowboarding, he's got an expensive house, and he's good looking, and then she's shocked when his intentions are not pure, and the men are just out here being awful. So let's continue the story. So they met up for coffee, and a few days later, he asked me to come to his place for wine. And she says here, I'm going to pull the text up again. She's annotating this whole thing with text, of course. She says, I cringed because it's usually a red flag when a guy doesn't take me out a few times before asking me to come over. Isn't this fantastic, by the way, guys? You know, we live in the year 2022, where it's like, come on, men. Please take me out on at least 2 to 3 dates before you ask me straight over to your house. I can't look too easy. Right, that's the attitude that we're adopting right now. It's just so hilarious to me, guys, that we've gotten to a point where it's like, why even pretend? You know, like, oh, he has to take you out on 3 dates before you feel like you're not just super easy. Man, like, compare this to the 1950s, right? But notice how she says it's usually a red flag. So are you telling me that this is something that happens often? Like, again, guys, like, why should men go out here and go, you know what, I'm going to turn this woman into my wife, into my long-term girlfriend, okay, I'm going to take her seriously, I'm going to put a ring on her, I'm going to risk all of my assets and my kids that we potentially might have together, when she literally does this on a regular basis, by the way. So let's keep going. This woman's like, I'm going to assume in her early 30s, late 20s. I don't particularly know, guys. Like, the filters and the makeup, you never have any idea what age these people are anymore. But let's keep going. So again, I'm gonna have to keep pausing so we can read the texts here. She says, so she agreed and made a joke so he didn't have expectations. This is always bullcrap, by the way. Like, if a girl agrees to come over to your house, like, and you met on, like, some dating app, it is what it is, okay? It doesn't really matter, like, what she says. She's at least open to the idea. So he says, would you like to come over for some dessert? And she says, oh, come to your place, huh? That's cool. Just no funny business, Mr. Haha. And he says, well, funny business, how old are we? 12. So, again, guys, like, she's totally open to it right here, by the way. Completely open to it. But this, she just doesn't like this response because it's a bit weird. Like, if he said, no worries, I'm a saint, or something, things would have been totally fine. You know what I mean? So she didn't like that response. So she cancelled it. Right, guys, and this is the crap that I'm talking about, okay? You change one sentence, right? A girl will be in your bedroom, but she doesn't like the sentence, so she goes, oh, I cancel, I need to... And she cancels it, by the way. She doesn't even cancel on the guy entirely. What she does is she writes a big-ass paragraph where she says that she thinks she needs to rain check for tonight. This is hilarious, man. And within minutes of canceling... And so look at this. Within minutes of canceling, she's on a dating app still, by the way. Like, so she's making plans with this guy, all the while having conversations with another. This is why men should not take these women seriously, guys. I'm telling you. So while this woman is planning this date right here, this one right here, at the exact same time, within minutes, she is talking to this guy. That is just hilarious to me, guys. 2022 dating right there, okay? So she says here, another new guy asked me out and said exactly what I needed to hear. He wanted to make sure that I was comfortable. and he gave multiple date idea options. Fantastic. Well done. I'm being facetious, by the way. This guy's a dumbass. She says, it reminded me that when we say no to what we don't want, we attract what we do want. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we have Aristotle over here drinking her Starbucks, who has got dating solved. Right, this is just fantastic, by the way, guys. It was a really good lesson here. One, if you're a dude who's choosing to date, I know we got a lot of dudes who are choosing not to date. Never get emotional or anything like that. Just laugh off any of the bullcrap that they say a lot of the time. And if they say something genuinely disrespectful, then just withdraw your attention. Okay, that guy in the first clip with the texts could have easily had her over that exact same night. And please do not be like the dumbass in the second text that she showed, sending those big ass paragraphs talking about here are your 3 date options. Okay, guys, just a complete waste of your damn time. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. I am cringing hard enough, and I'm going to try and get some sleep. I'm about to head to bed. I have an obscene amount of coffee in my system, but we will see how we go on that. Guys, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. What do you guys think about the things that we covered here today? Don't forget to subscribe to Hidan and Detective War, guys. Their channels are linked in the description. If you guys want to see some more videos, they are pumping out daily ones for you guys, so make sure that you go and show them some love. And as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace. Yo guys, it's Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's episode. Before you go, remember to subscribe to our other Fiend Gang members. Their channels will be linked in the video description. Our newest member is Detective Warg, so make sure that you go and show him some love. He's putting out daily content for you guys. Also, one of the characters I use, and also a lot of our thumbnail artwork, is done by an artist called The Gecko Ninja. He's absolutely fantastic, and his socials are going to be linked in the video description as well if you want to commission him for some amazing art. Otherwise, take it easy, gents, and I will see you all in the next episode. Peace.